What's up, Fins family? Welcome back to TD PHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Not gonna do an intro song, just gonna, wait 2 to 3 minutes while y'all get up in here. We got a lot to talk about. I'll cam up in a little bit. Um, oh man. Whoo, what a day, y'all. What a day. I gotta tell y'all all about my day, man. But y'all go ahead and come in the building, hit that like button. Shout out to the mod squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel, everyone who subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Just punch that like button for me. We're about to get started. While we're waiting to get started, just letting you know a little bit of why I'm not cammed up right now. I'm gonna cam up anyway. I'm just warning y'all, I'm gonna be very unprofessionally cammed up because I'm on the road for training camp and I don't have my whole setup and all my equipment. Woke up late this morning and said, man, I can't get everything. Let me just leave. So I drove the 3.5 hours and made it on time to training camp. So uh here I am. I'm literally laying in the bed. Why am I laying in the bed? Because I am exhausted. I am truly exhausted, y'all. My whole body is hurting. It started with camp. Um, First of all, it had to be over 100 degrees today. And I could tell with the players, and I had some inside information that they were debating whether they wanted to cancel practice for fans tomorrow and just do it inside because it was so hot. There was times Tyreek was going to the sideline, getting a relief. It was hot. Shout out to Jets Unleashed. Just became a member of the channel, man. Salute to you, homie. Welcome to the show membership. I appreciate that, man. Thank y'all so much. Listen, now once I got out of practice, the wife kept bugging me and saying, "Hey, I need you to go to Walmart across the street to find some Dolphin gear." I went over there. It's weird. The one next to the stadium usually is loaded with Dolphin stuff. They barely had anything. Then she sent me out west to Target to look at that, and they barely had anything. So I just got back to the house, and lo and behold, what was waiting on me was some hard labor, y'all. Some hard labor. My parents basically just doing new landscaping and stuff like that. So me and my daddy, we were hustling it out for about 6 hours, man. From about 2 to 8, we were hustling it out in the sun, laying new grass, digging holes for new plants and trees and all type of stuff. And listen, I wasn't gonna cancel this live after what happened today, but y'all gonna have to deal with the. I know y'all never see this, but y'all gonna have to deal with the laying down TD. It just is what it is. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up, letting y'all know what the deal is. Your boy is super duper worn and I had to take a million breaks. The sun is different. The sun is different. What's going on? Somebody, uh, gosh, this ain't global warming. It's global hotting. I don't know what's going on. I'm talking about, man. Oh, and then right when we were at the end around 7 o'clock, it started raining, and I'm like, we only got two more porta caucuses to dig holes for and plant. So we waited the rain out and then we got it done, man. And took my shower, did some work for the sponsors, and now I'm here to give y'all what happened today at camp. So I've been we gotta talk about camp today. Again, hit the like button, man. I ain't got the energy to be animated. I ain't got the energy to be mad. I just got the energy to tell y'all what it is. That's it. I just got the energy to tell you what it is. You don't want to overreact about training camp. Y'all know I've been reporting training camp every single day. You don't want to overreact about it. Let me sit up, man. Let me sit up. You don't want to overreact about training camp, okay? Something's wrong with our offense, y'all. Something's wrong with our offense. They just don't look good. And at the end of the day, just go look at Omar Kelly tweets. To me, he's the fairest guy right now. He's being fair. He's being fair. Go look at Omar Kelly's tweets. He's being fair. One of the few that's being fair. Where do I start? Let me go through it all so I can be done for the night, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Offensive line, we gotta please, Chris Greer, replace Liam Eichenberg, and let's just call it what it is. And another thing, y'all, let me tell y'all a little secret. All these people out here talking about Liam ain't cutting it, but thank God for Isaiah Wynn and thank God for this person and that person. Do you realize there's a reason that Liam Eichenberg still keep getting runs with the ones? Everybody think because Wynn and all them having some good reps against the twos that they're any good against the ones. We need a left guard. Stop trying to sell us on the other guys instead of Liam. All of them in the same boat. Liam just going up against ones and getting destroyed. Them other guys going up against twos and threes and, making a little noise. But if they went to the ones, they getting destroyed too. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. Man, Austin Jackson isn't playing great either, but I'm okay with Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson isn't falling off of a cliff. He's not falling off of a cliff. Um, Armstead ain't playing, so I don't, that's gonna be okay. Connor gonna be okay. Robert Hunt looks the most solid out of all of them. He got beat on one in practice too, but Robert Hunt's good. He's always been good. Um, Wide receivers starting to get a few drops, but that's the highlight of the team. The wide receivers are playing well, but there's some big plays that they gotta take advantage of for the quarterbacks. Some big plays. Sorry, my parents in here. They in the house. Wide receivers aren't an issue, but tight ends, we don't have a tight end to be proud of. We don't have a tight end to be proud of at all. But again, I don't concern myself about that. Just help block because it's not like we're going to use them much anyway. Q said he heard a lot of drops, not just a few. Q, I ain't trying to troll, bro. It wasn't a lot. It was just a few. Now it depends on who you ask because it depends on who they want to blame. It wasn't a lot of drops. Okay. There were just a few. Um, we hit tight ends. Quarterback. Skylar Thompson, he ain't nothing to me no more. I don't care if he come out there and light it up for the next few days. So I don't much care. You know. Yeah, I don't my bad, y'all. Yeah, just pull my car in. All right. Why I'm in bed? Because I'm on the road. I'm in my parents' house. I'm in South Florida for training camp, so this is where I be. I'm done with Skyler. I don't care if he starts, improving. You're the alternate quarterback that makes the roster, the emergency guy on Sunday. That's the new NFL rule. You can have You're gonna have every team has three quarterbacks. You'll have an emergency quarterback, and he'll be the emergency quarterback. Mike White has taken that job. I don't care what happened the rest of camp. Mike White done took that job. He done took it. That leads me to Mike White. I had to sit up for this. For the third day in a row, he's been the best quarterback in camp. I don't have to say that just to make Tua look bad. For the third day in a row, Mike White has been the best quarterback in camp. I know what that's going to do. Does that make him better than my Tua? No. But for the third day in a row, he has been the best quarterback in camp. He had an interception today. Outside of that, he absolutely carved that defense up. And I don't know where these narratives are that, they all struggled today. Mike White moved the ball. Mike White had greater success than any quarterback on our team today for the last 3 days. Again, that don't make him better than Tua, but that's what has happened. And that leads me to Tua. I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but I have tried my very best to calm down on Tua lately. Like, I've even made excuses for him. I still keep it real with y'all, tell you what it is, but I try not to make it seem like the sky is falling. But I am greatly concerned with Tua Tagovailoa. All of the old stuff aside and what I believe, and I don't think he's this and that, all of that aside, if I was somebody who never saw him take a rep in the NFL or college in my life, and I had just found out who he was in this training camps every single day, I would look and I would say, he's an NFL quarterback, but as far as the starter, okay, he's your starter. I'm not impressed. But with what I know, I am concerned. Well, we know Tua is the guy. Doug Williams, there's no debating that. We're not saying that he's not the guy. We know he's the guy. I am telling you what's happening in training camp right now. I am concerned. I'm hearing all these narratives. If we didn't have Tua, we wouldn't be able to do nothing. And Tua's killing it in camp. Like, I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to be humble when I say it. It's a lie. Does he make some nice passes? Yeah. Sometimes he throw in his own 17 and put it in yeah. But the overall performance of Tua Tagovailoa has regressed from last year. It's regressed. Well, TD, they ain't trying to show us everything. Fair. They weren't trying to show us everything last year in camp either. And he had much better. He had some rough days last year, but he also had days where I came on the stream and I said Tua absolutely killed them. He lit them up. I ain't had a day yet. I done been to 6 camps. I don't know. I can't keep counting. How many camps I done been to, y'all? 5, 6? Ain't had a day yet where he just absolutely shredded the defense. Since the fans were allowed there, ain't had a day yet. May have had a session where, Tua rocked it on that session. Tua 4 for 4 in the red zone on that session. But the overall product of the day hasn't done it yet. Somebody said, we talk about practice, not the game. Yeah, you saw Omar Kelly's tweet. He said, y'all see 20 games. I see 60 practices. What happens in practice translates into the game, and it's been that way. So stop telling me it's practice. Omar Kelly on Twitter, clapping back at people. He's telling you all his concerns. And he put on there the offense lost today. And honestly, they did. Low key, they did. Atlanta didn't do nothing special on defense other than stop us. It wasn't this special stuff. They had maybe 2 to 3 sacks all day. It wasn't nothing off the charts like they were beasting us, but they just stopped us. Only person broke through on a consistent basis was Mike White. And I'm highly concerned. And let me tell you what people are doing. They're brushing it off. And let me tell you why they're brushing it off. They think that the practice and mistake tool is different from the game tool. People have the Lions, Bears, Browns, Ravens so locked in their head. They think that that's what Tua is and nothing else. That's all he can be in the regular season. For some reason, some people have programmed their brain to say the Chargers in San Francisco, Pittsburgh, Patriots, all them games didn't happen. TD and Mike White Glazer. I will tell you this. I wasn't high on Mike White when he came in. I said, Skyler going to win that job. Mike White going to be the alternate. I was wrong. I ain't got nothing invested in Mike White. When we signed him, I actually didn't even like it. Coming fresh off an injury, I'm tired of getting quarterbacks that can fill in for our injured guy that always get injured. So don't tell me that I'm sitting here trying to lobby for Mike White. I was never on Mike White, but I'm wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. Mike White is out there moving the ball. Mike White is playing NFL mid to low level starting quarterback play. Mike White is out there looking like the 22nd best quarterback in the NFL. Tua, on the other hand, has moments where he looks like the 14th best. In moments, he looks like the 28th best. That's what I'm talking about here. The inconsistency. He makes some plays, and the ones that he make, they're beautiful. The type of plays, look at that teardrop that only a good quarterback can do. And he looks like a 12 to 14 guy in those moments, and that's good. Then other moments, he looked like the 28th best ranked quarterback, but Mike White has consistently been at 18. You get me here? He don't look out of place. He don't look shook. He don't look like a backup. But people are like this. Like, I ain't never thought people would down Mike White. Like, he wasn't a threat to Tua, but now, Mike White didn't look good today. He looked trash too. I don't know what y'all talk about. He threw a pick. Yes, he did. Like, all of them did. But that outside of that pick, you cannot sit here and tell me Mike White wouldn't execute it on a consistent basis. And he has been for the last 3 practices. Somebody said Mike White looks like pure boo-boo trash in a real game. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just telling you what they look like in practice. Now, he has had some games where he was sharp and made some huge plays and helped his team. But no, AB, I'm not saying, bro, the conversation of Mike White being a threat to Tua, they're not even valid. I don't care if Tua look like Pat White all off season. We know Tua is the starter. He's the guy. They can't. No, he's going to be the guy. We're not trying to say Mike White should be the starter or nothing like that. I'm just telling you where they playing at right now. And it's unfortunate. And we need Tua to have a lot more consistency. Yeah, it's not valid, Q, because Mike White will never take Tua's starting job this year. unless it's a train wreck and we like 1-7 and Tua's been playing bad the whole time. That's a different story, but I mean, nobody can foresee that coming. So no, there's no concern or no narrative that Mike White should be the starter. We already know that ain't even plausible. It's not even going to happen. But we can't have it to where he's having all of these days better than the starter. We can't have that. And that's my point. Mike White ain't sitting here lighting it up like a top 10 quarterback. But at the same token, this is too many days where he looking like the best quarterback on the field. Our starter needs to come on. And I know I'm sitting here talking in generals. Let me give you an example. Let me give you examples of Tua's day. You all seen the highlights in one-on-ones. Tua absolutely killed in one-on-ones. He was amazing. He had 2 overthrows, but who cares? His overall production in one-on-ones was flawless. I mean, not flawless, but phenomenal. In large part, those receivers were eating those DBs. Had them doing 360s, going the wrong way. It was pretty simple. It's one-on-ones. So I liked his ball placement. I like what he did. He missed some, but he can't be perfect. Tua was good in one-on-ones. Then we got into 7-on-7s. Tua probably took about 8 snaps in 7-on-7s. 2 big plays. Two completions that stood out. One was the Moser, and another was a out route, like a deeper out, 15 to Waddle, a post to Waddle. Or corner, yeah, to Waddle. Those were the 2 good plays. Outside of that, there was really nothing. Check downs in the flat like 3 times. One to the left for like a quick in that was dropped. That was on the receiver for like 3-yard drop. But all I'm saying is out of like 8 or 9 passes, those 2, the Waddle and the Moster one, you got people on Twitter, Tua just absolutely getting chunk plays. It was only 2. 2 out of 8. 2 out of 8 chunk plays on that when I was tweeting, right? The next reps that Tua got, this is where it just flipped. I was happy with the 2 out of 8. You know, he checked it down and X, Y, and Z, got 2 nice ones. That he was all good. The one-on-ones was good. The 2 out of 8, it was good. And in the check downs and stuff, everything combined was good. And then he just fell flat on his face. 2 possessions in a row. So today in practice, you actually got to move the ball. You don't keep restarting in the same place. All the refs are out there. If you get the first down, you keep going. You see what I'm saying? All right. So first play, Tua with time, pressure coming. He like steps up. He throws the 15-yard out to Tyreek, out of bounds. Tyreek couldn't get it. He threw it too far out of bounds. Tyreek had 8-foot separation from his guy. The guy thought he was going deep. Tyreek came on the like out route, like he going and cut out. The guy was still moving. He had great separation. Tua misfired. Okay, it happens. He's been so good so far. It happens. Second play, almost the same thing on the right side to Waddle. Same thing, and misfired a little, but it was kind of batted down too. Right after that, we had a false start on Chosen because it was 3rd and 10. We had a false start on Chosen, 3rd and 15. We had a false start on, I think it was Austin Jackson, but don't quote me on it. I think it was Austin Jackson. And we had 3rd and 20. Tua's back to pass. The defense more lax than a prevent, making sure you can't get the first. Tua throws like a 15-yard strike. They run forward for 3 yards, and now it's 4th and 2. 4th and 2. It was a nice strike to Waddle in the zone. Okay, he got a 4th and 2 comes. Tua back to pass. They probably ain't got this out there. He missed the crosser It was a tight end, but just coming across the middle wide open, and he pats the ball, and he just checks it down, and the guy gets no gain, and it's turnover on downs. Tua's reps are over. You can't keep going unless you get the first down because we got to move along, and Atlanta had got the same opportunities. Tua, hey, you turnover on downs at like the 50-yard line. He goes sit down. Mike White comes in. Mike White take the team. Well, first play, Mike White throws what would be a touchdown. Tyreek just turns around. Mike White in the teeth of the defense on like a 18 to 20-yard crosser to Tyreek. Tyreek had a clear lane to the end zone. He just stopped running and ran back to the huddle like, yeah, that's a touchdown. That's how clean it was. So they started Mike White over because that's a touchdown. Start him over. Mike White moving the ball down the field. 6 plays later, he's at about the 15-yard line, but time runs out. Skyler doesn't even get a chance. Time ran out. All the quarterbacks are supposed to get a chance. Skyler didn't even get a chance because Mike White kept cooking to where he never had to punt or he never had turned the ball over or had to punt. He had never had a 3rd and long. He converted everything when it came to a 2nd or 3rd down. So they went to red zone work. This is when it was horrific for Tua. First play in red zone work, the very first play was the pick 6. Tua just stared it down. You heard the beat writers say that the reporters said the linebacker was just staring it down the whole time, and Tua just gave it to him. Because Tua hiked the ball, looked left, waited on it to clear, and threw it. Linebacker just picked it off. He just threw the ball. No logic whatsoever why. Linebacker just staring at his eyes the whole time and just picked him off, and it would have been a pick 6. Tua by himself with 3 lead blockers trying to get there, and they just blew the whistle. Don't worry about it. Just be done. Second play, Tua's still in. He actually had time to throw. Fires in the back of the end zone to a wide open, you'll get me lying on the receiver. He was either Chosen or Cedric because they were a little taller. Man, the receiver jumps like Jordan trying to get it. The ball's still about 2 feet too high. Goes way back to the sidewalk. Overthrew it. Third play. The exact same thing. Time to throw, looking, throws to the back of the end zone again. Overthrows it by 2 feet. It was a shorter guy, but they reached up, tried to get it, couldn't even touch it. And here we are, 4th down, and we didn't kick a field goal. What was the 4th down? I know we didn't get in the end zone, but it was a check down, I think, to Ahmed or one of the smaller guys. They caught it, and then they ran up, and they got to like the 2 maybe, and Tua's reps were done. Mike White comes in. I think that's when he threw that pick. I'm not sure. But Mike White actually never got – no. He didn't throw the pick. This was Mike White's rep. That was Skyler that threw the pick in his red zone. Mike White, you couldn't really gauge Mike White's because he didn't throw all 4 plays like Tua did. Mike White backed the pass on 1st down. He hit Tyreek on a quick out for 8 yards. They at the 2-yard line, but they backed him up to the 15 again. They were at the 10 before. Then the next play, Mike White was back to pass. No, he wasn't back to pass. They ran the ball. Somebody was right up the middle to like the 4-yard line. They got like 5 yards. Next play, another handoff to the right that kind of didn't go anywhere. And the last play, Mike White, a dump down just like Tua's that went to like the 2-yard line and didn't get in. His reps were done. So Mike White was 2 for 2. In his no touchdowns though in that segment. Now Skyler already told you he threw the pick and he was just trash. I ain't got time to explain Skyler, okay? And then they had another red zone session where Tua handed the ball off this time like 3 times. And then he completed one that got to like the 2-yard line, and that was it. Somebody said Tua scored in 11 on 11s today. That's a lie. He never scored in 11 on 11s. He didn't even score on the 7 on 7s, the one to Mostert. They just stopped playing. Both DBs touched them, and they stopped playing. That was pretty much. No, here's the last thing. There was the 2-minute drill. Tua had the 2-minute drill. He started out cooking. First play, dump off for 2 yards, but it went for like 15. And they moving the clock, and the clock ticking, and they moving up. Tua across the middle. My bad. Hopefully y'all can see me. I got a phone call on my MacBook, so hopefully it didn't cut me out. Y'all let me know if you can hear me and see me in the comment section. I hope you can. Let me just keep going. I hope you say yeah. Then Tua had like a quick little slant that was caught by, I think, Waddle for like 8 yards, and they moving. Let's hurry up. Then he had one that was a terrible throw in the dirt. Didn't even get a receiver a chance. It was like a 6-yard pass anyway. Then the next one, he threw in the dirt again to the right. Didn't even get a receiver a chance. And the next one, I think he hit they ran this crossing play, like 2 guys crossed from over here, 2 crossed from over there. It confused, and he hit a tight end for like 7, but he went up the sideline for like 15. And all I know is they end up stalling around the 20-yard line. And Jason Sanders came in, and I believe he made the field goal. Mike White, he wasn't the greatest in this segment, but he was moving the ball. I just don't remember if there was a field goal. No, the time ran out. They hit the buzzer or whatever, if I'm not mistaken. So that was the day. The O-line wasn't even terrible in 11 on 11s. They gave up a play here and there, but they weren't even terrible like they normally are. But I tell you what, Christian Wilkins didn't show up either. They were double teaming sometimes, and Jalen Phillips was getting off, but still. Man, we be trying to double team Christian Wilkins in camp, and he be obliterating double teams. But what today told me was this. Our defense is good, because our defense played well over there, but at the same token, Atlanta has a terrible defense. And they were still, they have a terrible offense. And they were still let me tell you what they were doing. They were checking down all day. And I know some people were like, oh, they didn't do good against us because we made them check down all day. That still wins. They were moving the rock down the field. Now, they had one deep ball, they beat us deep for a touchdown. I don't even know who the quarterback was or what, but they beat our secondary deep for a touchdown on one play, a dime. Outside of that, they dinked and dunked all day. But what people need to understand is that's the frustrating part about this defense. They ain't trying to give you nothing deep, but we're exposed in the underneath all day. And teams will control the clock, dink and dunk, and keep moving down the field. Fangio is that opportunistic type of system where, hey, if I can make you take 15 plays to get down there, we'll get a false start or a penalty or a mistake or a turnover at some point. We're going to play the odds. But we're not going to play you all up and then you can get 8 play drives and score on us. We're going to guard deep, try to stop the run, but all the checkdowns going to be there all day. That I am concerned about with the veteran quarterbacks. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, guys like Mahomes, these guys, they're going to eat that up. Fangio's system is what Mahomes said changed him. He was always looking for the big play. He had to learn how to settle in. Y'all remember 2 years ago when he started out real bad and then he settled in and then he still was one of the best quarterbacks that year? He said he had to learn because the teams start taking away the deep ball and playing to it in that Fangio system. And he literally had to realize, I have stuff underneath all day. I just need to start being surgical and, hey, let's move down the field. I don't need to take the big play. Let's just, and it also controls the clock. 15-yard drives, if they are successful checking down and they getting yards after the catch, 8-minute, 9-minute drives. That's what this defense could be giving up. So when Fangio said, like I told y'all, that he working on some new stuff, I think he's trying to work on the kinks to his system, like trying to get coverages that cover the short. And I've seen work where the defense goes into all short pass, but every time we run those sets, we get beat deep. Not today, but I'm talking about in our regular camps against each other. Two of them might white all of them. They beat our defense deep every time we run like a system where we all guarding the outsides and the short stuff. And I know that's a new coverage for Fangio because that ain't his system. So our defense is still good, but at the same token, we don't know what to expect in the regular season because we might look back and say, we don't give up nothing deep, but teams just be marching down the field slowly but surely. And I hate that. That's that Mac Burke defense. And y'all know I'm going to go ballistic if Fangio out here with that Mac Burke stuff. 6 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. And they just moving down the field. They just moving down the field. Playing that raggedy zone. So I don't know, man. But that's what happened. That was today's camp. That was today's camp. And the recap is being brought to you, as y'all can see, by none other than BetUS. Listen, y'all, the link is already pinned in the description of the video and in the chat. If you want to support the channel, you can support our sponsors. I'm telling you, if you are someone who loves to make wages on games and everything, listen, 125% bonus. I always tell people, don't keep putting $10, $15, $20 if you know you're going to end up with 100. Put your 100 in, you get 225 if you want to take advantage of it. So click the link. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. We've partnered up with BetUS for the entire season. Thanks to all of you all of the viewers, and I'm greatly appreciative. So at the end of the day, if this is for you, make sure that you click the link and follow that exact link. All right. Now, Slip and Jimmy just donated, and I don't have the keys. Okay, my bad, y'all. Slip and Jimmy said all three of our QBs haven't gone 4 games without injury. Dang. You sure about that? Tua did. Lions, Browns, Bears. Oh, you mean before? Well, I mean, he's had a stretch of more than 4 games in a row. Lions, Browns, Bears, and Houston. Then the Chargers and San Francisco and Buffalo and Green Bay. But I know what you mean. They've all have had injuries. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I get it though. Regardless, injuries are concerns for us. All right. Shout out to Glenn Paliker. I wondering, is he still going one read and throws, or is he reading defense that is making him struggle? You know what? That's a great question because Tua open practice today in 7-on-7s, hiked the ball, looked right, looked down the middle, came back on the backside, went to the intermediate, and came back to the flat. I saw him do it. I said 2 of them through his progressions. Now it was 7-on-7, no pass rush. And then I thought about that. I was like, okay. And did he do it slow? Maybe, but he went through them. So I know he's working on it. But when that pass rush comes, I don't see it. When them 11-on-11s come, I don't see it. I see him picking the guy, letting it fly, and I see him patting the ball. He look at that first guy. Like I've seen Tua pat the ball this year more than I've ever seen him in my life. Hike, look up. He paused like, nope, that ain't there. I'm glad he noticing it, so he ain't throwing a whole bunch of picks. I think the red zone get him, though. That's why he had that pick 6, because he got to make the fast decision in the red zone. It's going to be tight. You need to hurry up and find a target. But he's patted that ball more than he ever has in 3 years. And when he pat, he like nothing there, and he looking. And sometimes there's a calmness to him, and he finds the next guy. And sometimes there's like a sporadic panic that's really subtle that I notice. Which tells me he's trying it. He's trying his very best. And again, time. You can't knock him for that. I see the effort. Now, is he good at it? No. But I can see with my eyes the tangible efforts that he's making in that area. I can see it. That's all you can ask for. And he'll get better. Will he ever get to where he needs to be? Time will tell. And that's on some plays. The rest of them, he just throwing a rock. He just going to throw that rock. He's making the effort on some plays, and in some plays, he just throwing the rock, whether it's there or not. Next question, TD, I uploaded on my Browns page, Keezy's Doghouse. Our team been looking to lead in training camp. Hopefully we see y'all in the playoffs. We win in the AFC. I haven't seen anything on Watson. I might check him out to see what he's doing in camp, because I can look at Watson and tell you if he back to form or not. I watched a lot of Watson his first few years in Houston. I could tell you if he back to form or not, because last year, even though we understand, I don't even know who he was. I don't know what that was. But I know when he back to form. So I'll take a look. I know when he's ready to cook. But last year, it's certainly, no, I was like, who is he? He's a different human. He's a different man, different quarterback. TD, you a Clemson fan? Absolutely not. I am a Miami Hurricanes fan through and through. I mess with the Gators. I'm okay with them. I like them when, Hernandez, Tebow, and all of them was there. And my daughter is a Gator now. She just started this year. She started in summer school too. I didn't know you can start college right away in the summer. Because when I went to college, I started in fall. I didn't even know you could start right away. So she already up there. She taking her finals this week. And I got to roll up there and go ahead and get her situated. Congratulations on the Gator. Yeah. That's what she chose. She had her pick of so many schools. She's a really good girl, man. Proud of her, big time. She worked hard in high school to earn it. And she had a pick of several, and she just wanted to be a Gator, so that was pretty dope. There's only one you. Yeah, you better know it. Can all day than anything else, Florida. What that mean? Cans all day. TD will be okay, by the way. Go Bills. TD, could you give us the Florida take on Anthony Richardson? Coach looking at the Florida take. I don't know nothing about Anthony Richardson. I didn't follow him in college. I didn't follow Anthony Richardson. I don't do homework on quarterbacks when we ain't getting one. I don't do homework on nobody we ain't getting on. I used to be an avid college football guy, watching college football, early 2000s. I stopped late 2000s. It's been like a 10-year hiatus until about 2018. 2018, when everybody was like, tank for Tua, I said, let me go see who he is and what he do, and how good he is. I studied him, studied Burrow, studied Herbert, studied Jordan Love. Um, that was it. That's all. Studied all them guys. Came up with my own conclusions about them all. Um, yeah, came up with my conclusions, and the Dolphins made their selection. Um, TD, is Holland cooking in practice? He's hit and miss. I mean, he has his good days. Nothing to be concerned about. Um, uh, I would say he's playing well. Um, Not this next level all pro all of a sudden that everybody believe. He's not out there looking like he about to be an all pro. If you want me to be honest, nobody on defense is looking like they're gonna be all pro. It's just a matter because it's our system. Everybody just be in place, go make the pass breakup, blah blah blah. Them guys that get all them picks. We're gonna have a lot of pass breakups unless we play a young dumb quarterback. That's just the reality. Just being honest. And where do we have a young dumb quarterback on our schedule? We may have a handful, but it ain't that many. It ain't that many. It ain't that many. Boo TD, you have failed as a father. You allow your daughter to become a gator. All love, though. TD, congrats to your daughter. Listen, her life is her choices. My job is to support them and have her back and make sure nobody cross her. Listen, that's it. She a grown woman now. She got to make her decisions in life. All I can do is tell her what I think is best, and I'm here for whatever she choosing. That's how it works. See, do you think McKinley starts opposite of Holland? Ron McKinley? I don't know. Deshaun Elliott is actually hasn't been I guess impressive. Um, I got to get more details on that situation at the safety. Brandon Jones was back looking like not looking good, but we already know he can't cover. I've been telling y'all that he need to be in the box blitzing and all of that. Stop. The man don't need to be back there. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying it is what it is. Um, Better her be a Gator than a no. You better know it. Now, I would have had a problem. She would have went to be a Seminole. No, nah, I can't rock with that. Let's go, baby. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to go eat dinner with my parents. They just got back from dinner. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, I gave y'all the update. I'll be out there tomorrow. Um, I'm about to get up out of here, but thank you, thank y'all so much. And thank you. I'm gonna do a special show, shouting out everybody who donated to the Houston training camp. Y'all got me there. I got my plane tickets. I done booked the hotel, and I got the money for it. I got the rental car, and I got the money for it. I got gas money to fill up and all of that for when I return it. And I had just enough. So again, you don't have to send anything else forward to the Cash App unless you want to show love for room and board, some food or something. But that's I can handle that. And if you want to show love anyway in the Cash App for Houston, just send it to the Cash App. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will check y'all later. Fins up no matter what. Peace. Tomorrow, camp. Hopefully it's a bounce back day. We really need it, y'all. We need a bounce back day because going to Houston next week, they scrubs. They young. If we don't look good against them being a team that got all this talent against a young, rookied up team, the sky will be officially falling. I know they NFL players, but they still young. We gonna see. Appreciate y'all. Peace.